All right, scholars, we're going to be talking about compound depreciation. Compound depreciation is the continuous decrease in the value of an asset or investment over time. It's typically seen in assets like vehicles or equipment. So, this ties into compound interest, but instead of the item being added, compound depreciation subtracts. Okay. The value decreases. So when you ever see depreciation, it means the value decreases. Think of a phone. So I like to think about a cell phone that I have, the iPhone 11. Okay. It's a few years old. When I bought it, it was $800. Today, it's definitely not $800. The value has decreased. So a lot of times with cars, computers, cell phones, the value decreases because something new comes out that replaces it. Okay. So compound depreciation, this right here, compound depreciation, is the same idea as compound interest, but instead of addition, it's subtracting. So if we say bought an item for $100, say an equipment, and every year it decreases by 5%, that just means after the first year, the percent decreases, the depreciation is going to be $5. So it goes from $100, then we're going to subtract 5, giving us just $95. And that percentage decrease every year happens again. So 5% of 95 is now $4.75. We're going to subtract the $4.75 from $95, and we're going to get that $90.25. And that compounding is going to occur every year. The value of the item is decreasing over time. Okay. So we're subtracting the value. The formula for compound depreciation is essentially the same as compound interest, but instead of a plus, it is now subtracting. So we have a big difference in that sense of instead of adding the value, we're subtracting. But the variables stay the same. So FV is the final value, PV is the initial value, R is the rate. In this case, it's the depreciation rate, not the interest rate. K is how many times it's going to compound, and N is the number of years. Okay. Now, one thing that we need to talk about, and we can go all the way to the bottom. K for compound depreciation questions or problems will most likely be 1. So the idea comes from this. A phone usually comes out every year, once a year, right? And we have a new car come out every once a year. So the value of that item decreases because within the next year or within, a year, we're going to have a new item or a new vehicle, a new phone, new laptop. So the old computers and equipment will decrease because we have a new one come out every year. So K is usually 1. If it doesn't specify, assume K is 1 for depreciation type questions. If it speculates or tells you what the rate of depreciation, then go with that. So let's take a look at a compound depreciation question. Jose purchases a computer for $1,500. The value of the computer depreciates by 10% annually. After 5 years, what is the value of the computer? So again, we're looking for the final value after 5 years with a rate of depreciation of 10% with the starting price of $1,500. And again, we're going to assume that because a laptop or a computer comes out every year, the K value or how many times it's going to compound is once per year. So we're going to use the formula, the modified compound interest one, where instead of addition, we're going to subtract. The initial value is 1,500. We're going to times that by 1 minus the depreciation rate, 10%, over 100 times our K, 1 raised to the power of 1 times 5 because it's 5 years. So we're trying to figure out what the value of that computer is going to be in 5 years. So grab your computer or calculator, and we're going to do 1 minus the fraction. The depreciation is 10%. 100 times 1, because our K value is, again, 1, raised to the power of 1 times 5. Yes, the 1s are technically redundant. We do not need them, but I'm just going to do that just train my brain on the K value. Keep that in my mind. If I don't remember the formula, I'm kind of building that muscle memory. Anyway, I get that the depreciation is $885 and 0.735. We want to round to 2 decimals because I want to make it, a dollar amount, or not a dollar amount, but realistic money. So I'm going to take a look at, the decimal, go 2 places over. It is that 3. Look to the number to the right. It is a 5, which tells me that 3 is going to round up to a 4. So approximately the value of the computer is going to be $885.74 after 5 years. Remember, depreciation means reduction. The problems are going to be mixed. I'm going to give you some interest questions and depreciation questions. You need to be able to decide what type of formula we're going to use. Am I adding or am I subtracting? If you have any questions, please reach out. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.